southern Portugal and the Algarve coast was really lovely. For some reason, we didn't film very much, so you just have to take our words for it. The word Algarve apparently comes from the Arabic language, in which an algar is a rounded cave with a hole on top, like this one. We drove the motorcycles to Sagres, which is as far west as you can go in continental Europe, and the end of the world, as far as people in the 15th century knew. This rocky, dramatic coastline was the last thing the brave explorers would see before setting out on their great adventures. It was probably also the last time in months that they could get a decent meal. Luckily, at least they could get themselves a tasty bratwurst.
Same as Columbus. €4.
Today we're exploring Lisbon.
Yes, and we consider ourselves to be somewhat of a public transport sightseeing specialist, but Lisbon has us beat this time. We don't really understand how these cards are working, or where, or why, or when. But we'll figure it out during the day, most likely.
Hopefully.
We are going to Belém, or Belém.
We're almost here, I think. You can see there's like a monument to exploration behind us, and further on there's a tower that's supposed to be in memory of
Vasco da Gama.
It's quite amazing to think that Portugal, with its 10 million inhabitants, really was a great seafaring power back in the day, and more or less conquered 30% of the world or something like that. It was a big chunk. And of course they have a lot of monuments for the people that made this possible. But there are also older stuff. So we moved up to the castle.
We're up here in the Castello, finally. It took quite some exploration to find a way up here, which probably would have worked well for the defenders back in the days. But now we're here, and it's worth the climb. It's a beautiful view.
It was also quite a big peacock colony in the Castello, which was quite interesting, and they're of course very, very beautiful. But we had to move on. We had got a tip from an old captain that I met on one of my long travels to try something called Pastel de Belém, which is a sweet, you can say, from Portugal, and it's amazingly good, especially with coffee and whipped cream. With a few afternoon drinks, some amazing sunsets, we are continuing our journey north, listening to the most perfect songs.
Pretty sight. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. And I feel fine. 6 o'clock TV hour, don't get caught in foreign tower, slash and burn, return. Listen to yourself churn. Lock in